I respectfully acknowledge the past and present traditional custodians of the land in which I live, the Quandamooka people. I pay my respects to their elders past, present and emerging, and acknowledge the important role Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people continue to play within the community. Exploring the Cleveland area now, it is clear to see the effect of the invasion by comparing the natural state of the land in the Blackland swamp wetlands to the natural areas at the Rebby Bay beaches. The wetlands have been preserved as a natural ecosystem of plants, animals and birds, whereas the beaches now consist of manicured lawns, roads, houses, man-made canals and rock groins. The area is clearly not as it once was. The natural landscape has been changed, and sacred sites that once existed are no longer evident. The Quandamooka people have lived here for tens of thousands of years. Their economy was founded on fishing, hunting and gathering, but when the British invaded this area in the 1800s, Indigenous landowners were dispossessed, thus destabilising the Aboriginal people's economy. The original sacred lands that were here before the invasion are not valued or acknowledged. They no longer exist in this white culture. I'm not saying that all changes in the area are for the worse. Cleveland is a beautiful area and I'm sure the people who live here like the way it has developed. However, this is because the privileged groups define the mainstream culture. They determine what is acceptable and unacceptable, what is valued and ignored. During invasion, the Europeans were the privileged group that controlled resources and constrained opportunities for Indigenous people. They created systems to reflect their values and advance their interests. The dominant ideology informs our sense of what is important, true and real about ourselves, others and the world, therefore perpetrating myths about Indigenous people and not acknowledging truths. Having spent the last 19 years of my life living in this area, I was part of the privileged society. Through my unconscious social learnings, I was led to believe the myth that Aboriginal people only live on Stradbroke Island. Why does it seem that the assimilation policy has won and that the European culture has dominated? The assimilation policy assumed that the Indigenous culture and way of life is without value, and it is still undervalued in Cleveland. The area has been whitewashed, and it is so dominant that it is invisible. There is some acknowledgement and value given to the Quandamooka people in the form of a plaque outside the Redland City Council building. The plaque states that since 2011, a mere 5 years ago, the Quandamooka people are recognised as the traditional owners of the Moreton Bay area. They are their own society with traditional laws and customs, and they maintain an unbroken connection to their country. But I do not see evidence of these statements within the culture and local places. I do not see traditional laws and customs being valued. I see a broken connection to country, forced by the European invaders and their descendants. I believe that we all need to acknowledge similarities and share diversity. It doesn't have to be them and us, but rather we should acknowledge and value the country that the Indigenous people hold sacred, share our cultures, and begin to heal wounds from the effects of the invasion.